Hi there, my name is Barbara. Namaste. We're going to begin this short session today standing. Make sure as you begin the feet are about hip distance apart. And if you can, try to have your toes facing forward so you get a better alignment for the spine and the hips. Let your eyes even close for the first few moments. Add some shoulder rolls, bringing the shoulders forward, up and back. Let's take a few more. And once you let your shoulders relax, press the feet down, but try to keep those toes slightly buoyant. Feel as though the thighs are drawing back slightly, and then use your inhale to bring your arms overhead. Interlace the hands. And we're going to start to add movement. So begin to lean to your right with your exhale. Straighten up. Lean to your left with your exhale. And inhale, straighten up. Now from here, bend your elbows and let your hands reach towards the back of the head. So your elbows are pointing to the ceiling and inhaling to straighten. Exhale to the right. Inhaling up, to the left, and up. And again, let your elbows bend. So we're taking a few movements like this, moving from our side bends to a rather subtle back bend. Let's take one more set. Warming up the spine. And bending the elbows. As you finish this release, come back to some shoulder rolls. And once you let your shoulders relax, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And your hands can just hang down for a moment. Use your inhale to let your head lift. Switch side. Your inhale lets your head lift. From here, sweep both arms overhead. And from this, we'll fold forward all the way over our legs. We're going to work into basically some half sun salutations. From here, though, as you work on your back body, if your hands or fingertips don't touch the ground, you can always rest your hands on a prop, perhaps it's a block. Allow for some softness in the knees, so there's just a hint of a bend in the knee. Use your next inhale to come to the fingertips, or even rest your hands on your shins. On your exhale, return to this forward fold. With soft knees, inhaling all the way to standing, arms overhead, and exhaling, palms to heart center. Use your in-breath to bring your arms up and your exhalation to take you to the forward fold. Inhaling, let your head lift, and exhale, return to the forward fold. Using your abdominal muscles, pulling those low belly muscles in towards your lower back, come all the way to standing, arms overhead, and exhaling, palms to heart center. Going to do just two more. Sweep the arms up with your inhale and fold forward with your exhale. Inhaling, letting head and heart lift. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling all the way up. And exhaling, palms to heart center. Last one. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling as we fold forward. Inhale to that half forward fold. Exhaling back to the forward fold. Inhaling all the way up. And exhaling, palms to heart center. So let's take these arms, bring them back overhead. Allow the elbows to bend, squeeze the shoulders back, draw your thighs back. So again, these toes feel more buoyant. And take on this standing back bend lengthening as much as you can through your front body as you do so. Once you release, we're going to fold forward over our hip. Keeping your right foot forward, take a generous step back with your left leg and lunge into your front right knee, and then drop your right knee to the ground. You can uncurl your toes. Make sure the lunge is deep enough so you feel this right at the top of your left thigh, that your right knee is lined over your right ankle. And let's bring the right hand to the right knee and start to twist to the right. Once you've established the beginnings of this twist, you might also lift your right arm to the ceiling, opening up this rib cage. Now, once you lower your right hand down, bring it inside that right foot. Work your right foot out just a little bit more and take some circles with this right hip. And let these circles go the opposite way. Now stay steady with this right side and start to lower and bend the elbows, perhaps again for some of you lowering the forearms all the way to the ground. Do let your head and neck relax. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. Now straighten up. Come into table pose. You're moving to your hands and knees position. Curl your toes underneath you and begin to lift into downward facing dog. Feet hip distance apart, the head and neck relaxed, the shoulders drawing downwards. And we can step our feet all the way to our hands. So we're going to start to take on the other side now. Good. So from here, right foot steps back. We're again taking on this deep lunge. Letting this knee now drop to the ground. Once again, because we're looking to work into that right hip flexor, make sure you draw this right leg back as far as possible. Aligning now the left knee over that left ankle. Left hand to that left knee. Twisting to the left. And then lifting, if you can, this left arm to the ceiling. Another couple of breaths here. And then when you release this left hand down, you can walk that left foot out a little. Begin to sink down into this pose. Once again, maybe bending the elbows a little. For some of you, lowering forearms. And taking just a few more breaths here. Once you straighten up, come into your table pose. So again, our fingertips are spread wide. We're not dumping weight into the pinky fingers, but maximum contact through the index and middle finger, and work your way through some cat and cow flows. And then from this, take your hands a few inches further forward so your wrists are now in front of the shoulders. And take the torso in circles. Don't worry which direction you start in. Let these circles go the other way. And then we're returning to our down dog. So toes curl As we revisit the upside down V, you might well adjust the positioning of your feet. Allow your knees to bend slightly and just step your feet forward to your hands. Come to your fingertips again, or once again you can rest your hands on your shins. Use your in-breath to let the head and heart lift, and then your exhalation to draw you into this forward fold. Once again, using this yoga lock, this area about 2 inches below the navel, we're pulling this into our low back, allowing an assist for our spine as we come to standing, arms overhead, and then palms to heart center. Let's take these arms up. From here, if you can grab now your left wrist, we're taking a side bend, so your right hand catches the wrist. We're taking a side bend to our right. Press through the feet with perhaps just a little more emphasis on that pinky toe side of the left foot, so that we do emphasize and accentuate the side bend. Make your way up. Switch your hand and wrist position and switch your direction. On your in-breath, come up, separate the hands, return to this cactus shape that we did earlier. Make sure to squeeze your thighs back again and relax the arms. Take your hands behind you now and interlace them. Let's squeeze the shoulders down the back, opening the front body more. Leading with our heart center as we come to this shoulder opening forward fold. The arms coming just as far as your body's going to let them go. Come all the way back up. Once you release, we'll again take a couple of shoulder rolls. Now from here, take your left hand, bring it behind you with the palm facing out. Drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Gentle stretch of the neck, right arm lifts. Bend the elbow and just use your index and middle finger to reach across this left ear and gently help to stretch this neck a little bit more. Let's release. Switch sides. The right hand behind you, head to the left. Left index and middle finger reaching across, helping to stretch through this right side. And inhale to lift. Making our way into a squat, you might find you need to turn your toes out. Make sure your knees are okay for this as you dip down into a squat. And for some of you, including me, coming onto the balls of the feet. Fingertips or hands down, knees opening out. And then working a little on our balance. So we could stay here. We could bring palms to heart center. We might even extend these arms out. And perhaps even lift them overhead. Release the hands. Do come and take a seat. Let your legs fully extend. As you do, with the legs extended, move these feet around, taking circles with the feet and the ankles. And then let the circles go the opposite direction. Once again, reach out through your heels. With your arms alongside of you, sitting for a moment in staff pose or stick pose. The head is dropped ever so slightly as though you're resting something like a tennis ball between your chin and your chest. And we're looking to create one long line of energy from heels to tailbone, and the other one from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Use your inhale to sweep your arms high. And coming into this seated forward fold again, bringing your hands alongside the leg. Lengthening across the back body. Perhaps allowing your eyes to close. And feeling this deep breathing, creating subtle movement. So we aren't rigid in a pose. We're basically moving into the stillness of the posture. Two more breaths. Allow your in-breath to bring you up. Take a couple of shoulder rolls. And we'll release in the neck a little bit more. So if you would sit on your left hand, palm down, fingertips facing the right side. And again, we're dropping our head to our right, a little differently now to add to it. Keeping the head to the right, bring your chin up towards the ceiling. Still keeping your head tilted, dropping the chin down some. And let your head lift. Come off that left hand, come onto the right one. Dropping left ear to left shoulder. And again, keeping your head tilted to this left side, bring your chin up towards the ceiling. And then bringing your chin down to your chest. On your in-breath, lift the head. Move to a cross-legged position. Let your hands relax in your lap. Do drop your chin to your chest and take half neck rolls as you let your chin graze from side to side across your chest. Couple more. Once you let your head lift again, we'll take some shoulder rolls. Let the shoulders relax. Settle in for maybe 3 additional breaths right there. And as we move in just a moment to conclude the session, let's let our palms come together, hand to hand, right at our heart center. My name is Barbara Swab. Take a deep breath. The light of me bows to that light in each of you. Namaste.